Hey there, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to show you a corset pocket I designed. As I wasn't quite happy with the ones I had seen online, they were quite chunky and bulky, and I wanted one that was more streamlined and hourglass designed. So I came up with a small template, which is here, and it has 5 holes on this side. And you choose whatever fabric, not fabric, whatever paper you would like to choose to have it made out of. And this one has a pretty lace design with pinks and such, so I chose it. So the one you would trace down like this on the page, then you would flip it so you get the reverse. And make sure you put the holes in there, because I always forget to do that at the last minute. So then what you need to do is punch out your holes, and I have a crocodile, and I choose the smaller setting because I'm doing the 3/16 eyelet, I believe it's called. So I just go through here and punch out all of those, and then I'm going to thread my eyelets in. And I chose white for this because this is just sort of a demo side, since I've got the next step already done. Now this, you have the little small cylinder will go into the top of the eyelet like that. Not sure if you can see it in there. And then you clamp down. I have a thing where all my eyelets seem to crack or split at the back. So I have to put some washi tape over it, and I have that figured out for you too. And I think you'll like this design. It's a design that will go for any Victorian book, journal, any ladies journal, any fashion journal. It's got a few elements that it really combines with, that it would go all around. Now this I actually made for my Shabby Chic journal, so it's got a lot of mileage there. That's why mostly it's the beautiful pinks. And since my eyelets all split, poor guys, I'm going to take this piece of ugly washi and pinch it off right there. And I'm going to get it to stick by doing this trick. You take your glue stick and you push down and you hold the washi against the glue stick. Then it's nice and gooey and will stay down for you. The reason you are going to cover this is because you don't want that raw edge to catch when you want to put your skinny tag down into it. I think that'll work. And you'll do that for both the sides that you do. The next part that you're going to do is you also need to punch those back out when you get to that point. But the next part you need to do is to put the top and the bottom on. I should have kept that. That will be this part, which is, I guess it's a double loop. I'm not sure what else to call this. So that's going to be one of those pieces for each side. And I've got this piece for each side. And that goes at the bottom. Now the thing with the bottom one is it's not pink, it's white. But I was going to show you a trick with any of your cotton ribbons or cotton laces. You can colorize them. And I'm over here grabbing a few things I done forgot. I've done this video twice already. It's just not wanting to get done. I don't know what's going on with me today. So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and stick this one on at the top. And I forgot another item. I need my pinchers. And I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. Boy, I'm cooking with gas today. Alright, so what you're going to do is just hold this up there and follow the upward line. And it stays on here really nicely, so you don't have to pinch it or keep it on there until that gets dried. That stays really nicely. But the other piece, it's going to have some clamps. So there's me some clamps. The color that I chose for this is Victorian Velvet. And that goes really well with all of this. I'm trying to figure out which side is right side up. And all I'm going to do is dip into my Victorian Velvet and just rub it. Rub it against your ribbon, your lace, whatever you would have. And that color just transfers for you. It does great. If you only have that white color and you have several shades of the Distress ink, then you are covered. So now what we're going to do is our lower side here. And get it to start. I got to refill my bottle. I've been using it quite a bit lately. Okay, let me put that on top. And what we'll do is we're going to attach it there. This one's the tricky one. So what we're going to do, we're going to attach it there. Then we're going to bend it up, put another clip on it, and bend it down and around and put another clip on it. And with the fabric tack, that will stick really quickly. All right. Well, after that point is done, then you go around here and you're going to trim all your pieces that stick out. You don't need those. And then I'm going to transfer over to this other piece and show you it. This is the done one. I'm going to stick it up here. And what I've done is I've already done the two pieces, the two sides, and I've took a length of my ribbon here, and what I'll usually do is I'll pull a good bit of it out and I hold it in half and I see how much I think I might need for the top up there, to see if to tie the bow, in other words. So then I've got that part done, threaded, and I just start at the bottom at the back and bring both pieces out, and then I go under and bring it forward each time, under and forward. So I've got it up here to the top, and all I got to do is tie it in a bow, because all of this stays shut. It doesn't need to come apart. You don't need to unlace it, nothing. It is done once you've got it tied. And you don't want your bow too big. It depends on how much you want to hang down though. Some people like a long thread and some like a short thread. Now I'm going to stick a little dab of glue up in this crease right here. And maybe up underneath the here. And that's going to keep that from coming unraveled. Okay, so I got that part done. Now we're going to put it down on our base piece. Now, this piece is, well, oh, I wrote it on the back. This piece is 6 3/4 by 4 1/2. And this is the part that's going to be glued down in your junk journal. So what we want to do is we're going to go only around the outside edges. And I think I'm going to avoid the waist area there because it pinches pretty good when you get to that part. So see, I'm going to stop there and then catch up down here. And then the whole bottom gets glued all the way around. And then I'm going to come up to here and stop. And then I'm going to go and continue right to there. All right. Now we're going to put it down with equidistance, top, bottom, all sides. There we go. You're going to push that down. And now that that's down on there, we're going to add our pretty little bows to the bottom of our knickers. So that's going to be just a second before that guy comes out. These are actually nicely formed bows, but most of mine up in there were all crammed up and wrinkled every which way. So I'm going to put a little bit on there going across so it's going to hold good. And it goes right there on that tuck up, pinch up, whatever you want to call it. I hope everybody's doing well today. Been crafting or headed to your craft room to do some much needed R&R. Okay, there we go. Put that one on that one. And then you want to hold them down just for a second. I'm going to go ahead and cap this one. And cap this one because I believe that's all I have to glue. Then I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's on the actual page. Here's the one I had before. And I've sewn around the outside of this one, which is optional. You can do that if you'd like. You can even try to sew that, but I don't think it's possible. So the card, tag, whatever you would like to call it, is a 6" by 2". And it goes right down the center. It's not very big, but it doesn't really need to be. Because the way I make this, it has a, another one, of index card that will go underneath of it. And actually, for my other one that I made, this is what I usually prefer to put in it. This type of a neck on it. And that's what it actually looks like. It looks like the neck. There we go. See, it goes all the way down to there. And then that sticks out and looks like the lady's neck coming out of the dress or corset. So what we want to do then is choose which side of the page we want it to be on. That's giving me a little bit of grief. With some of these, I put a circle, which is fairly, perfect to use too. I mean, that's no harm, no foul. However you need to do your pulls, that's great. And this is the small index cards. And I have a tab that I sketched out myself. And I just make my own little tab pulls for a lot of my items. This here, since this paper is folding, the spine is here, the fold is here, we're going to have it go down like this, and this will go on the outside here. So you're going to be gluing all the way around here in a C shape. And it'll cover your whole page for you, and then you'll have the ability to slide that in there. If you prefer it, it's ambidextrous, so it can go on the other side just as well. And then you can put it in here, like that. So any kind of journaling you need to do can always be done on this. And I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to find a way to get the digital out there. But check back in the description box to see what I've discussed about that on this video when I get it posted. Also, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers, which is all of you, since I started just a couple months ago. I really appreciate everything all the comments you're making, all the watch time you're giving me. I really, really am surprised. And I'm so thankful. I'd like to wish all of you a happy day and give me a thumbs up and leave me some comments. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much.